GP, are you with me? Oh yeah, we ain't going nowhere. Listen, is anybody up for a little quick little second, just a little piece for your girl? Is anybody up? Okay. I just came to chat real quick about this interview that Nosh did. So for the people that may not know who Nosh is, which everybody that's been tuning in to the content and the videos should know exactly who the hell Nosh is, right? So Nosh is KMichelle's ex guy. Okay. Let him tell it he's feeling a different way. He's her ex, and then you also have Porsha Williams, who he also dated or kicked it with, and he was struggling to get that shit out his mouth as well. Okay. That is an ex too. Okay. Um, give me 1 second, y'all. I just want to make sure that I am doing my due diligence, just a little piece. Okay. All right, y'all. So I don't know if you guys got a chance to check out the full interview. I do have some clips that I want us to get into regarding this whole situation. All right. So first of all, KMichelle met this guy named Nash over there on Queen's Court. All right. When you watch the latest episode of Real Housewives of Atlanta, her and Porsha are into it, whatever they got going on. Okay. KMichelle said that she got a call from Nash. Nash told her, right? I guess Porsha was reaching out to him trying to find out some information or whatever. Now, when Kay gave us the story in the car, I remember thinking to myself for a second, like, I don't know, Kay, I feel like you probably came up with this on your own or whatever like that. Or not so much as came up with it on your own, but I felt like KMichelle called him and was likely trying to get some information on Porsha. But then as we got to the end of the episode, Porsha said something that made me feel like, well, nah, I think Kay had it right. Well, Nosh is saying that no, KMichelle was the one to call him to try and get some information. Or at least that's what he's saying. He felt like she was trying to get information about Porsha. I don't know, y'all. I'm gonna play some clips, but I really just feel like Nosh in this interview, and I have to give the person's name, is Cocktails with Carly. So shout out to Cocktails with Carly. They are a YouTuber. They have their own platform, and she did this interview with Nosh. I guess she knows him personally. And if y'all wanted to see that interview, slide over there so y'all can check it out or whatever, right? But I do have some clips, and I just felt like Nosh was kind of like double talking a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Just a little piece, like saying that Kate isn't his ex, but then by the end of the damn interview, he's referring to her as an ex. So it's like, which one is it, Nosh? Like, what you got? Like, what's good? Like, what you got going on? Okay. Let me see, because I had quite a few. Let me go over here on my Twitter real quick, because that's where I put some of it up. Okay. So let me see if I got it up on the screen for y'all. Okay, cool. All right. First of all, before we get into that, okay. So earlier today, I did a video. Shout out to the people in the chat. Let me know that Millie Chun did. She had like a DM interaction with Nosh, finding out some information from Nosh. Nosh said it was very weird for him to be referred to as an ex when he didn't see himself as an ex to KMichelle. Um, that's what he said. Okay. He said some other things too, but since that interview had came out, KMichelle decided that she was gonna let him know, like, why you over there trying to run your mouth? Like, I got you recorded. I got you over here recorded, boo. And this is just a quick snippet of what KMichelle put up.
5 years. You're gonna be mad at me for 5 years. And I didn't even tell everything. I didn't even do that. You don't need to tell nothing. 5 years.
Now, I don't know if this is a conversation from today or if this is a conversation from when they last talked, because what he says in this interview is that once he heard that he ended up coming up in the interview, he was upset with her, and he tried to say that, that's the last time that he talked to her. So I don't know. But let's get into just this clip real quick, right? So this is where I tell Michelle that Nasha says y'all were dating, but he says that you weren't an ex. Let's listen to what he had to say here.
Yeah. Okay. So I see someone in the comments asked or mentioned, so they were dating. Was it for the show, or was it in like real life as well?
Well, I mean, that depends on how or people take, that's
Dating.
personal.
Right.
Yeah. So we were dating on the
But
show.
you were not in a relationship with her?
No, not on the TV.
No.
Yeah.
Or personally?
Or personally.
Okay, so it was just dating on the show.
We were dating
and
on
then
the
you
show.
guys probably had like what, a friendship thereafter?
Well, we dated outside the show.
Okay.
So he's saying that they dated outside of the show. Okay. And let me get my other audio up real quick, because my I hate when I share this screen sometimes because my thing acts up. But let me see if we can play this other audio. Which one is it? Is it this one?
Yeah.
Okay. So I see someone in the
Okay, perfect. Okay, so we're back. We're back. I can go back to this. I'll just have to, whenever I zoom in on the video, for some reason, I get this whole thinking thing.
Not
So I have to leave it like
how am I
this.
gonna put this? We dated here and there, quite inconsistent, but we kind of, dated. Hey, what you doing?
Right.
I'm in town, whatever,
So is it fair to say that, okay, can you personally define what an ex is? Because I know that we will get to the next step of this, but you want to take a cocktail, you good?
I'm good. Listen, I'm good.
I know you are. Let's get into it.
So,
Okay.
I like the fact that I like that approach, because perhaps we can first define, what an ex.
Yes, we should define exactly what an ex.
And see, this is where I have to pause him for a second, because I just feel like it don't take all that. If you never saw her as an ex to begin with, I just feel like it should be this damn difficult for you to explain what it is. And I don't know, some part of me feels like you took this interview, of course, to kind of try to clear your name, but then also try to, I feel like, discredit her in a sense, just a bit. But then also, as he goes on to do this interview, it doesn't seem like a lot of what she said was wrong. But let's listen to a little bit more.
Who an ex is. And in my own micro.
No. I agree with that. Kay, I agree with that, Kay. Like, yeah, you could date somebody and not be in a relationship, right? But it appears that they were hanging out. They were in a not in a relationship, but they were dating, right? They were hanging out, and they also were intimate. I feel like when you cross those lines of spending time with somebody and then you give a person your body and you're making an emotional connection, to me, that's an ex. That is an ex. That's an ex. Just like some of y'all may be in situationships right now with a dude that's not claiming you, right? But when you done talking to him, it's still gonna give like, that's my ex, even though the relationship was not official. Yeah, and then I don't really like his definition of it, but let's keep going.
Opinion, and I stand to be corrected. You see what I'm saying? But an ex to me is someone or an individual.
This guy's name is Nash, and he was a part of Queen's Court, the show that KMichelle did. I think Lisa Ray was on that show. I can't remember if it was Nivea or somebody else that was with them, but yeah.
Individual who was once significant in your life. You see what I'm saying? An ex is someone you can say that, oh, this was my person at the time that knew me. I don't think KMichelle even knows me inside out like that.
Right.
Everything was just on the surface, right?
Right.
Because we didn't really make it to the point where we like, okay, are we gonna be together?
Right.
Or what we doing?
So go ahead.
I don't even think any of my close friends ever saw her with me.
Okay.
So for me, if we didn't make it that far to a point where we're exclusively involved.
So you guys were not committed.
Yes.
You guys were not committed.
We were not committed.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we could put that to rest.
Yeah.
And everybody's gonna have their difference of opinion. It is his own definition. It is his situation and his relationship or connection, lack thereof, or whatever, with KMichelle. But obviously they have two different definitions of it. He's like, because we didn't make anything, I guess, deeper, let him tell it. And which doesn't mean much to me, because guys can do that, right? Y'all will be in a situationship with a guy for 6 months, and you are developing all of this. Oh, I love him. I really care about him. And he not even developing that for you. Right? But again, that's his definition. Whereas KMichelle has a completely different definition of it. All right. But somebody said in the comments that you think he's trying to be respectful. And you know what? Maybe you're right. Maybe that's what it was. But let's get into more. And this is where I highlighted that he seems to be a bit hesitant to me. Like when it came to Porsha, he was being a bit careful. This is where I feel he was being more respectful with how he handled the situation when it comes to Porsha. Because he does go on, and I don't know if I had that part recorded or not, but he does go on to say that Porsha said that she was being called, I guess, like a hoe, or being looked at as one, and she kind of wanted her name to be cleared up a bit. So yeah, maybe this is why he kind of handled her, I guess, like a bit more delicately, in my opinion, than Kay.
So I met Porsha at her makeup artist's birthday.
How did you even get invited?
Because she's my neighbor. Nigerian community is very small. Yeah, so we invite each other to everything.
Okay.
You don't have to have no invitation. There's no no formal invitation needed. So one of my homeboys called me, hey, there's a party tonight. I'm like, this party's on Wednesday. Who is this person that is pulling this crowd, during the week? So I was like, okay. I wasn't even properly dressed for the occasion, because when I got there, I was like, oh, it's a big deal, So that was how I met Porsha. I met her that night.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so what was that like? Was somebody introduce you to her, or were you coming as a guest to possibly meet her, or was it was it pre-planned?
We kind of, we sat across from each other.
Okay.
So it was just,
so you guys like locked eyes. Y'all were like,
started talking.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So you guys started talking. You guys, give me a timeline with you and Porsha. And were you still communicating with Kay at that time?
No.
Okay, so you and KMichelle had stopped talking.
Like we were in that space of every 3 months, every 6 months.
So you guys were not talking.
So we're not talking. We're not doing nothing.
Right.
Yeah. So that night, I met Porsha, and we talked. We hung out a little bit more with everybody, because after the party, we went to the after party, whatever. And then that was it. The next day we talked, and and that was it.
Okay. So you guys, I'm gonna need a little more detail, baby.
Well, because there's no details.
Okay, so you guys went for meeting at the party.
Yeah, we met at the party, and we talked. We text back and forth. Hey,
okay.
I'm saying, nice to meet you. Yesterday, the whole 9 yard, and we became friends.
So a little bit of a timeline, because the people look. I'm gonna give you guys what you want. Okay, just give me a moment. So listen, the people want to know the timeline. So when did you and Kay stop talking?
So me and Kay, that was 2023.
Okay, so 2023, guys, they stopped talking.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming intimacy as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
2023, no talking like that and intimacy.
Right. 2023.
Okay.
I'm not good with timelines, but I think I met Porsha, of course, 2024, if I'm accurate, So yeah.
Okay.
2024.
And so you and Porsha, you guys are kicking it, hanging out, all that fun stuff. And then you guys start dating, because it was like both of them essentially kind of proposed to you as their ex, so to speak.
Well, it wasn't. We went on a couple of dates, but it wasn't like a planned date sometimes.
Yeah.
Because she's busy. I'm busy.
It's just like a hookup. Like right, you're like, hey, you want to hook up and go hang out?
Not a hookup. I wouldn't say hookup.
No. I'm not saying hook up. I'm just saying, hey, you want to hook up and go out.
I wouldn't say that, but sometimes she's like, oh well, oh, you want to, meet me up at this spot, blah, 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 the whole 9 yards. So we went on a couple of dates. And
So was this when she was married?
no.
Okay.
No, she wasn't.
Okay.
She wasn't. Yeah, she
And
had
have you
wrapped,
ever-
she had wrapped her.
She was still
married.
married, but she had already filed for the divorce, probably because I think she filed at the top of the year. So she was in that separated stage.
Divorce, yeah, then.
And have you ever been to the house? Because the people gonna want to know.
I picked her up
Okay.
like one time. Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. So okay, this is cool. So did you guys date?
I mean, we went to eat.
Was there
Y'all see how he playing? But Porsha said that they did date, and he over here like, I mean, I took her out to eat.
intimacy?
You ain't gonna get in trouble. Just
That's adult. I mean, why you trying to
and this is him
Was there
like
intimacy?
her asking about were they intimate with each other? I feel like that question should definitely be asked if Kay is saying that, Porsha is over there on this man's sausage. You know what I'm saying? Then I feel like, did y'all? And his struggle to answer that kind of gives away the answer.
That's adult. That's adult. I mean, why you trying to get
Listen,
that's TMI.
That's fine.
You're right. But
Okay.
we friends, we
Child.
we friends.
We know.
Right.
Got it. I have one particular question.
And he clearly told this to KMichelle. So it's interesting when he goes on throughout this interview, when you guys go and watch it, he talks about how he doesn't pillow talk. He hasn't been pillow talking or nothing like that. But KMichelle knew that you fucked Porsha. And that's based on, and I'm basing that on him laughing, him saying that's adult information, him saying that's TMI, because if you didn't, it would be easy to say no, as you have previously in the interview. So, and it just be little things like that. It's like, I don't know, Nash. I don't know. I still don't know. Okay. Some ain't clean. I don't know if you got a phone call from somebody and was like, again, they trying to make me look like, oh. So I need you to come and clear it up, which is why he going easy.
So Porsha did not approach me about the show, but KMichelle did.
What did they say?
So a night before they started filming, she reached out to me and said, "Hey, we're starting to film tomorrow. I'm gonna be introduced as Porsha's friend and the whole 9 yards." So in my head, I'm thinking, is she trying to want me to give her some type of information or whatever? Right. But I didn't say anything. I didn't see any need, to indicate that I'm friends with Porsha or whatever. So we had a conversation over 2 hours that night.
Okay.
It was pretty late at night. Yeah.
Okay. Are you aware if you were being recorded or not?
I wouldn't know.
Would you be okay with that conversation?
I mean, no, without my consent.
Okay,
You should let somebody know before you start recording them, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't think about it because we don't have no beef. Our friendship is. If you hear us talk, right, you would think it's pure, like, because she's like, "Oh, friend, hey, I'm gonna go on that show. I'm excited about it." The whole 9 yards. So a lot of things was discussed that I would rather not, talk about. And after that, they started filming, and KMichelle called me again. I remember vividly. I was in Houston.
Was this while they were recording?
Yes, while they were recording.
So this must be the question where someone said, "Did Nash tell KMichelle anything about, or tell Porsha or KMichelle anything about the body?"
Pillow talking about, yeah.
Were you pillow talking with either one of them?
That was what happened. So she reached out to me and said, "Hey, I think they
You definitely pillow talk, sir."
Like, blood what? This was last year. Why yes. I'm like, no, it's blood nothing. What are you talking about? Like, and then she said that just don't give them nothing to have over me. I'm like, kid, I don't have nothing to give anybody.
And who would you give it to?
I don't know. Listen, I was not part of it. I didn't know nothing about it. But that was just her. Like, hey, don't. I'm like, I'm not. That's not.
So I wonder if the episode that we saw last week, and you guys help me in the comments, but I wonder if the episode that we saw last week, was that someone called her or had a conversation with her? Was that you having a conversation with her? Was that somebody else?
No, I don't think we had a conversation while the camera was rolling.
Okay.
This was her, because I remember she had mentioned that, and I was like, no, I ain't got nothing to give nobody. But listen, since you say somebody's plotting on you, I think I'll let you know. Since you guys are friends now,
right?
That, listen, Porsha is my friend, and that was it.
Okay.
Right. And then she went ahead and asked all the questions, like, like friends will talk. Like,
well, like what kind of questions? One question.
I decline.
One question.
Don't worry about it.
But what's also interesting is that Porsha said that she also talked to you about KMichelle. So now you're saying that you never got a call from Porsha about the show or anything, but you got one from KMichelle. I don't know. You sound like you full of shit. And now you coming to the front. You supposed to help us with this damn confusion. And it's not damn helping nobody. I mean, it might have helped some people that may feel like, at this point they do feel like Porsha has been vindicated. Like some people feel like she's vindicated from sleeping with somebody else's man, but I didn't really think that was really the conversation about her sleeping with somebody else's man, because it's clear that they were not together at that same time. I thought Kay agreed to that they were not together at the same time. So it wasn't like she was sleeping with somebody else's man. But what's also interesting is Kay said that he said Porsha was like, I don't know why I'm always getting with people's men, or why I'm always connected to people's men, or something that was said. I feel like she got that on recording. The way that she's been teasing that. And then I got another little piece of clip, but let's finish this up.
Fine. I mean, I'm only asking, and I'll tell you why, and I'll let you finish. You don't have to answer.
Not everybody lying at this
she's
point.
asking you for someone telling you someone's plotting against her. Meanwhile, it seems like maybe she was extracting information to possibly plot on someone else, potentially and allegedly. I don't know either, but we're all putting this stuff together.
Right. I don't know nothing about that, but all I knew was she said that, and that was when I told her that, hey, I'm Portia's friend, because she's your friend now, and I just left it at that. Okay. And I said, please, I do not want this to go on the show. Okay. I don't say, and she gave me her word, like, okay, don't worry, I'm not doing that. I'm not gonna say nothing. I said, I just want you to know as my friend. I'm telling you, so you're not completely in the dark. You see what I'm saying? Yep. And it's not as if I'm not telling people talking about anybody.
Right.
I just want you to
gotta go back.
If somebody's spying on you, I think I'll let you know, since you guys are friends now.
Right. The episode that we saw last week, was that someone called her or had a conversation with her? Was that you having a conversation with her? Was that somebody else?
No, I don't think we had a conversation while the camera was rolling.
Okay.
This was her, because I remember she had mentioned that, and I was like, no, I ain't got nothing to give nobody. But listen, since you say somebody's plotting on you, I think I'll let you know, since you guys are friends now. Right. That, listen, Porsha is my friend. And that was it. Okay. Right. And then she went ahead and asked all the questions, like, like friends would talk. Like,
well, like what kind of questions?
I
one question.
I decline.
One question.
I decline. Don't worry about it.
Fine. So, I mean, I'm only asking, and I'll tell you why, and I'll let you finish. You don't have to answer, but I'll tell you why. Because she's asking you for someone telling you someone's plotting against her. Meanwhile, it seems like maybe she was extracting information to possibly plot on someone else, potentially and allegedly. I don't know either, but we're all putting this stuff together.
Right. I don't know nothing about that, but all I knew was she said that, and that was when I told her that, hey, I'm Portia's friend, because she's your friend now.
So that's what he's saying. He's saying that she reached out to him, telling him he's getting ready to do the show, whatever, so he knows she's gonna be on there with Porsha. He's letting her know, just so you know, me and Porsha are friends now. Okay, so I do remember Millie Chan saying earlier that the only person that owed her the explanation was him, and it seems like he gave her that. I guess Kay was just waiting for Porsha to say something as well, being that I guess she was with him first, and Portia's bringing her into the group, and Porsha is playing this big sister role in her eyes. So that's what he's saying. He's saying he did not give any additional information, and more so, or like offer any, but Kay pried and start asking questions. That's what he's saying.
Left it at that. Okay. And I said, please, I do not want this to go on the show. Okay. I don't.
But what would you not want to go on the show, though? See, that's why it's kind of like, I feel like he's skipping over and leaving out stuff. So I have no doubt that Kay got on the phone with him. Kay may have asked questions. He may have answered, and I'll just let you know that me and Porsha are friends. Why would you say, I don't want this to go on the show, though? Why would you say that? I don't want it to go on the show if there was nothing to go on the damn show aside from the fact that y'all motherfuckers was friends and that's it. Like, what? That's all you say it? But then you also go on to confirm that, oh, she was asking questions, right, that you answered, right? And then now you don't want it to go on the damn show? Nah, you probably was about talking this shit too. And in the midst of talking this shit, she probably was collecting information as well. Just like Porsha admitted she was on the phone with his ass. I'm sure Porsha they was collecting information on each other at this fucking point. Okay? Is what it seems like. And you was feeding them shit, but you didn't want to. This is the very thing you was trying to avoid ended up happening anyway. Because you was running your fucking mouth. And you're going to sit up here and say that you wasn't pillow talking. Nah, you pillow talk. Because there is no reason that KMichelle should know that you and Porsha fucked. I'm sorry. Yeah, it's one thing for y'all to be kicking it, hanging out, whatever y'all got going on, right? And you wanted to share that, I guess. But to know how far y'all went was not KMichelle's business. And you gave that up. And Porsha, this the man you would want to bring on the show to defend you? Baby, the way that man would have had you looking dumb as hell. The way he would have had you looking crazy when he had to stand in front of KMichelle and deny some of the shit that you needed him to deny for you, only to realize he know that K can blast his shit. Of course he wasn't finna come on that damn show. And you should be glad that he didn't. Because it would not have left you looking good.
Say, and she gave me her word, like, okay, don't worry, I'm not doing that. I'm not gonna say nothing. I said, I just want you to know as my friend. I'm telling you, so you're not completely in the dark. You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
And it's not as if I'm not telling people talking about anybody. I just want you to stay in the know since you are already friends now.
Yes.
Right?
Yep.
And then
I want you to stay in the know. Do y'all hear what this man is saying? Hey, I just want to let you know that we're friends. That's it. Now I want you to stay in the know since y'all are friends now. What? So you want me to stay in the know since we're friends now that you're friends with her too? Oh, but then we all could be cool as fuck then, right? We all la 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 la. That's not what happened. You a messy ass nigga. I don't care what nobody say. I don't care how clean he dressed, how sharp he is. It's giving you messy as fuck. I do not care.
And after a while, she called me again. She said, "Oh no, she's gonna kill me." I'm like, "What happened, Kay?" And she said, "Oh, I mentioned something. I said something." But I didn't see the show, so I didn't know what was said.
Well, you didn't know at that time
Yeah,
either.
but she said she didn't mention my name.
Was this recently?
No, while they were
filming.
I already knew all this was coming out.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? I already knew, because by the time the show airs and all that, then I was like, okay, well, what did you say? Why would you do that?
Right.
And I was so infuriated. And that was the last time I talked to her.
Okay.
Since last year.
Okay.
Because I was like, I wasn't expecting you to do that. And she said, well, I didn't mention your name though. But when I saw the show, you didn't mention my name, but there was a clip. There was a video, right? So I'm like, why did you bring me into this?
So, right. So that's when we spoke on Sunday.
Yes. So that was when I saw the clip, I texted her and I said, Kay, really?
Right. So I was watching this show on Sunday, and Nosh had a plethora of people that reached out to him, I'm sure.
Yeah.
And I was just like, hey, Nosh, I thought that you weren't going to be a part of this. Like, I thought you asked them not to include you,
right?
Because you weren't a part of the show.
Yeah.
And you were, and this is my truth to it, he was stunned. He was like, what? Why am I a part of this show?
Right.
And then he, you went on to do whatever it was.
It's for ladies.
Yeah. It's for ladies.
I don't want to be part of that.
Like you used to say, tell people to stay out of women's business. But yeah, so you were brought into it. And so here we are.
So that's what Nosh had to say. Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't really. Yeah, child. Y'all gotta leave y'all thoughts on that. I gotta hear what y'all thinking and how y'all feeling. He definitely was telling stuff. That man felt like he also said, I'm looking at one of my tweets where he said that he felt plotted on because y'all know KMichelle played a snippet of that audio and he didn't know she was recording him. So he feels like, why would you record somebody unless you're planning on using it later? And to me, I feel like yes and no. I understand his mindset with that, but then also sometimes when you have likely just paid attention, seeing some people's character, maybe his, maybe not so much as his, right? You may come from a place of, you know what? Let me just make sure I got this just for me, just in case some shit went down, knowing that I'm with these girls. So don't nobody got to sit up here and say that I'm lying, since we always got to bring receipts and stuff. Let me just make sure I protect me and I got me. Right? It's not uncommon. I mean, you do have a right to do that in the state of Georgia, and you don't have to let nobody else know that you're recording them. As long as you are participating in said conversation. But, I understand him because he said his rights were violated or so his privacy was violated. And I understand that. I do get it, because when you know that you're being recorded, some of the fuck shit you talking about, you ain't gonna really talk about that. Now, is you? Yeah, you got caught. Let me see if I can get this other snippet video up. And y'all will have to go check the interview out, for yourselves. But let me see if I can get this up.
Word games and this ain't Scrabble. What? Give me why didn't he want to be seen with Porsha?
Damn, they just want to reach and reach.
They want to dig to the depths of the soul of hell.
Okay, so we all know that Porsha just went through a messy divorce, and the ex-husband is Nigerian, and I'm Nigerian. And like I said, it's a very small community in Atlanta. So add up the rest of the story.
So out of respect,
I know what I'm saying. Like, I'm,
Are you currently dating anyone? Someone's asking.
I have a girlfriend.
Okay, boom.
Hold on, let me see, because I don't know if that's the exact one. Let me double check, because I think there may be another. I'm gonna send another one and see if this one's it too. But yeah, y'all. I feel like he kind of was double talking a little piece. Let me see what this clip is. I don't know what this one is.
That's too, I don't know what, because when I was dealing with Kay, there was no Porsha. So how would I talk about, is it what I'm saying?
So if KMichelle releases the audio of your guys' conversations, will they hear you saying anything negative about Porsha?
Well, let her bring it up.
It's the well for me. It's the well for me. And I feel like maybe it could have been well, it depends on what you consider negative. Maybe that's what he mean. Or, well, I mean, I said so much shit. I don't even know what I said. I don't even know what she got on record. It could be either or. Now, to him, he may not feel like it's negative to share with KMichelle that he smashed Porsha. I feel like that's negative. In my personal, I feel like that shouldn't have been told to nobody. I don't think you had to share that. I also don't think Kay, you ain't have to tell us that either, since you don't be wanting to put folks on other folks' hot pockets. But she wanted to confirm a fact, and so as she said in I believe it could have been the virtual reality interview, or maybe it was the Angela Yee. I'm not sure, but she was like, that happened. Like, that's what it was. Like, they did smash each other. I was like, oh shit, that's crazy. That's crazy. He said a lot of other stuff in the interview that you guys will have to, I'm sorry, you guys will have to go and check out or whatnot for yourselves. But I would love to read the comments and see exactly how y'all, are feeling about this, because I just felt like he was kind of double talking, and I feel like he was definitely trying to because I don't feel like he talked like harsh about either woman, but I feel like he gave more when it came to KMichelle versus Porsha. It seemed like he was coming from a more protective space with Porsha than he was with KMichelle. And maybe it's because he didn't like that she brought him up on the show or something. Obviously, they're at odds. He also said the last time he talked to Kay was like last year, but then he turned around in the interview and kind of slipped up where it seemed like they met each other. You had to have met each other after that. So you were upset that she brought you on the show. And then, this is the other thing he said too. So let me make sure I remember everything. So number one, you didn't like that she brought you up on the show. You stopped talking to her. You ain't talked to her since last year, but eventually you ended up linking up with her, Shamia, and Shamia mama. So you ended up meeting her then. But then it was another thing that he mentioned that was interesting to me. He said KMichelle wanted to bring him on the show, as well as Porsha. They both wanted to bring him on the show, right? I think he said when it came to Porsha wanted to clear her name, so he says. But then when he came to KMichelle wanted to bring him a show, and on the show, and he was like, for what? I mean, for like, as what? Like, your friend? Like, as what? You're married. And it's like, first of all, sir, don't sit up here talking about some what? Like, first, aren't y'all friends? So she would bring you on the show as her friend, not as her man. That's one. That's one. And two, don't tell me nothing about you giving a fuck about this lady being married when you still went to go link up with said married woman, Shamia, and her mama. Like, is you cool? You still met her with her after the fact. Like, is you cool? Do you hear yourself? You don't got no issue talking to that married woman any other time, but now all of a sudden, and she married. And she married. Okay, so if you were to have come on the show, you would have came on the show as a damn friend. Is what I would believe. Okay, and then he also said at the interview, like when KMichelle, I guess, got back with her husband or got married or something like that, he was like, he said two different things. One, it was like, hey, Nash, I found love. Like that. First, he tried to portray the friendship like that, like, oh, I found love. And then later on in the interview, he brings up the fact that he was surprised when she got married. I'm like, okay, I can't be tripping. I'm gonna have to go listen to it again, because it's not that's not matching what you said earlier, sir. That is not matching here. Oh, and now we got another layer that's not matching. So now it's so crazy. And all I could do is laugh as loud as I can. Because I'm thinking this man finna come to the front and clear it all up. And child, we still seeing where the fuck we started. What the fuck? We still seeing right where the fuck we started. Do you hear me? And for him, did y'all not see how that man finessed the conversation? At least to me, right? And y'all may feel differently, and that's fine. But I feel like he really finessed the conversation of, I just thought I'll let you know, like, hey, we're friends, and just so you know, just to make sure you're on the end so you're aware. It's like, nigga, do you hear yourself? That's not like you making it seem like all you told her was that y'all was just friends and that's it. No, you talked more. Porsha either said more or Porsha asked and inquired more, and you decided to go and take that back to KMichelle. And this is the stuff that I'm talking about, where I know people feel like she's nuts, and I completely understand how y'all may feel, because it is a ball of confusion. But what I'm saying is, from this interview, and it's shame on me for the expectations that I had, you know, he started it off trying to, in my opinion, debunk her on what an ex is. And honestly, you didn't debunk shit that the lady has said so far. And that's just my personal, like, you really, to me, kind of validated the shit that she has said so far. Now I'm inclined to believe that you did tell KMichelle the comment of Porsha was like, I don't know how I always end up with other women's men or everybody's man or whatever that shit was. I feel like you did say that shit to her. Now, whether Porsha said it out her mouth, I don't know, but I feel like you told her this shit. I do believe that, with your double talking ass. I do believe that. Somebody she didn't want to have. I wanted to be left out of it. I didn't want to have anything. No, oh my God. No, please. Why would you bring me up in there? Why would you do that? Don't do that. Why? No, 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 no. Then you want to say you didn't want to be out there being seen in public with Porsha because of the Nigerian community is so fucking small and she's your neighbor, but you ain't have no problem pulling up to the fucking house though. You ain't have no problem also being intimate though. Stop acting like you give a fuck about the Nigerian community when you don't. Be clear, okay? None of y'all do, huh, Key? Okay, I don't know. No shade to the Nigerians, honey. We know y'all gonna get it how y'all live. Y'all don't get no fuck who was with who. Child, that's a everyday American, honestly. So I'm not even gonna hold you. All I'm saying is, okay, don't sit up here playing in our fucking face like you give a damn. Coming up with this fuck shit like we not gonna read in between it. Okay, Michelle, drop the tapes, bitch. Fuck out. Drop the tapes. Drop the tapes on his ass. Drop that shit on his head. This man gonna sit up here. Are you gonna say, if she drops the tapes or any audio, are we gonna hear you say anything negative about Porsha? I, well, nigga, go shut it down, close the laptop, cut the lights off, interview over, cut off the mic. Let's go. It's time to go. It's time to go. It's time to go. Yeah, he is. He is. I don't care. If KMichelle know you fuck Porsha, you said you pillow talked and you said a lot. That was none of her business. I do not care. You are the problem. You are the problem. Okay? Or shall I say a part of it? Because there's a few problems with this situation, but you are not excluded. Go back to your girlfriend, and I'm so glad you won't be doing another interview. Because between what you text Millie Chan, talk about you surprised about being a damn ex, get on here trying to taking forever to explain what an ex is to you. And then by the end of the fucking interview referring to KMichelle as an ex, pack it up. Pack it up, shut it down, cut the lights off. Pack it up, shut it down, cut the lights off, baby. That's crazy to me. But you know, it is what it is, child. I just kind of run my mouth a little piece, let the folks, you know, do what they gonna do, hey? Oh, okay. I know y'all gonna have y'all thoughts in the comments and that, you know, do what y'all do, honey. Cause y'all probably listen to this and I encourage y'all to. Y'all may point out stuff that I didn't even catch, that I didn't even see, right? That I probably didn't even consider looking at it the way that you all are looking at it, right? So I completely understand. And because it's so confusing, child, it's probably, that's why, because there's so many other ways to look at it. That's why we all fucking confused. Like, oh Lord. No, 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 no. I mean, I understand that Pink Petals, that Porsha probably did say that, but that's not a negative comment. And I get that. But what I was just highlighting was that the fact that he talked. You know what I'm saying? The fact that he said it, and whether she said it, whether he said it, he also said more, right? And the fact that he was like, he needed to alarm her, like, I need to let you in. I need to make sure that you know, since, you know what I'm saying, y'all friends now and you're going to be on the show, whatever. Like, he made it seem like there was some details that weren't that great that he needed to inform her of. At least that's how it seemed to me. I know. I'm finna get off, Brandon. What is you doing in the streets this time of night, child? I know. Because y'all know I don't be on this late like this sometimes. So I just had to come in here and talk to y'all about it. Like, do y'all see what I see? Are y'all watching this? Somebody says, I'm with Kay. I don't care. Been watching Real Housewives of Atlanta since a kid, and Porsha's documented lies and violent behavior is on full display. Ain't no way y'all really believe Kay is wrong on everything. LOL, keep praising Porsha. Mm-mm. Somebody says there is no sense of reasoning with Kay. That girl gives me the borderline PPD type. Oh my. Oh my. Somebody says, I don't know Kay's history, but she seems hyper vigilant, I'm sorry, and was trying to get ahead of what she's expected. You can't trust Porsha. She is a snake. I just feel like whatever plot was there in it, I just don't think she should have done anything yet. It's okay to be upset. I get that. But I think her knowing how reality TV works and everything, I think she should have just let it play it out. Because if they really were plotting on you like that and it came out, it would not, I don't think the audience would have been, they wouldn't have received that very well. So I think she should have just let it play out. Now you got some people that's going to support Porsha right, wrong, indifferent, support Phaedra that way. They're going to, I mean, you know, I feel like all the housewives have their people that's going to support them right, wrong, indifferent. But I think she should have just let it play out. I know KMichelle is going to be pissed, in my opinion. Maybe not so much. This young lady did ask about her Hot Pocket and the smell and all of that. And I'm kind of like, do we need to go down that road? Do we have to do that? But Nash was very kind, and he said that was never the case with him. She's a very particular woman with how she do things and how she is when it comes to all of that. He said that was never, ever the case with him. So whatever that was that people were spewing about her, he said was ridiculous. I will give him that. He did say that. He did say that. Yep. Somebody said low-key Kay is giving a little bit of Tamar to me. That's why she can't stand the Muppet. Oh my, you know, I see that comment a lot. A lot of people feel like they have a bit of similarities for sure. I know both of them would hate to hear that, but a lot of people are saying it. KMichelle said, I'm not wrong. I'm just early. Maybe so. But I will say, whatever Nosh thought he was fully doing did not really help, in my opinion. How I watched it, how I listened to it. It didn't really help to me, but maybe it helped him just get off whatever he needed to say so he could be done with this situation. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, guys. Yeah, but I just wanted to come bring this to you guys real quick. Leave your thoughts and comments down below. Go and check out her video, Cocktails. I think it's Cocktails with Carly. I think I said that right. I hope I said that right. But if you type it in, I'm sure it'll come up for sure. But that's all I got. Let me go get up off this thing, honey. Y'all leave y'all comments, like up the video, subscribe to the channel. And y'all already know how this go, honey. I'm going to catch you guys in the next one. Bye, y'all.
Yeah, family over fame in this bitch, yeah. The glory.
Sorry, y'all.
Yeah, family over fame in this bitch, yeah. The glory of living righteous is setting in. My street knowledge and education's a perfect blend. Young mogul, independent, I've been setting trends. The first one from my family to be faithfully wed. Fuck niggas and the horses that they riding on. I see this shit from all angles like a polygon. I'm never politicking the drama.